This is a 2020 Toyota Highlander, and this is the Platinum Trim Edition, and today we're going to review it.
We'd like to thank our friends at Heinz Toyota of Mankato for loaning us this beautiful 2020 Toyota Highlander for our review today.
Hey folks, I'm Rob.
And I'm Nathan.
And we are Two Guys in a Ride. And say, Nate, tell the folks what we're taking a look at today.
Today we're taking a look at the newly redesigned 2020 Toyota Highlander, and it is the Platinum trim level.
That's right, but before we do, if you want to keep up to date with all the new cars, trucks, and SUVs out there, and you want to know how to operate all the technology that's built into these new vehicles, plus you love cool collector car stories,
take a moment and hit that subscribe button down below, and then ring that bell notification up above so you never miss a video.
That's right. So what do you say, Nate?
Oh, let's go for a ride.
Oh, well, you know, just looking at the vehicle from the outside, it looks bigger. I mean, I know it's only 2 inches, but it doesn't look like 2 inches. It looks like much more than that. And just, I love the redesigned front and stuff, but you'll see that in Rob's review. Right. But just first impression is really nice. It's nicely dampened suspension. I'm not hearing any of the little tick tick ticks as we go over some of the tar strips here in town. And yeah, just no, overall I really like the ride. In terms of getting in and out, the vehicle is it's just at the right height. So getting in and out of the front is easy, getting in and out of the back is easy. And Toyota has everything laid out really nicely with some of your basic safety systems right on the steering wheel, like your, you know, obviously your adaptive cruise control, but then also like your lane assist and departure and sways. So that's really nice to have that right on the steering wheel. You got a nice HUD display in different colors, which is really nice. So I really feel like everything is just right where you need it. You don't have to reach very far, take your eyes off the road. I like the fact that the camera, the low speed camera comes on when you slow down, so you can actually see what's in front of your bumper. It does it automatically, and then of course it has, for backing up and parking, it has a nice 360 bird's eye view camera and with dynamic swivel guidelines.
But no, I was impressed with the other Highlander because I've never been in one, but this is like a completely different car.
It really is, isn't it? I mean, and that was a beautiful car. It is.
Yeah.
But this is, yeah, it is completely redesigned and just has a beautiful fit and finish to it, and a ride. Wow. All right, sadly, I shall crawl on the back and let Rob drive.
It is so very nice and quiet in here. And we're on the highway, we're doing 65, and it is like super quiet. Man, oh man.
It's very quiet.
You know, the acceleration, we tested that out. Nathan, you did just a minute ago, switching it back and forth. I've got the cruise set on it right now, the adaptive cruise, which I absolutely love. But we'll talk about the acceleration and performance when I do my exterior review. Also, though, the interior fit and finish, I absolutely love everything in here except for one thing, and that's just a personal choice. The wood grain is still that shiny, glossy, and I've really fallen in love with the matte wood grain finish. That just makes it look so much better. I wish they had an option that you could make that this plastic wood not so glossy and shiny. You could have a matte finish, but everything else, soft touch materials, everything falls to hand. The steering wheel, everything in here is just so nicely done. Wow.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, we test drove the 2019 and we reviewed that, and I was impressed with that vehicle, but this leaps and bounds over that vehicle. It's just amazing to me that the Toyota was able to do that, but this is a fantastic car, and it's beautiful. You'll see that later with all the pictures and the video on the outside, but it's an absolutely beautiful car. Wow. I'm impressed, Nathan.
I am very impressed. You know, sitting in the second row seat here with the captain's chairs, extremely comfortable. I've reclined a little bit. You know, it's just, yeah.
And I'd left my seat where it was.
Oh, I've got like 4 or 5 inches of knee room here.
Yep, and we'll show you that, show you actually how much room he does have, knee and head room, on his review coming up later. But speaking of that, this also does have a lot of technology as well, and we're going to do a separate video of how to use the infotainment system, and Nathan will do that, and we'll put a link in the description below and in the video above. You'll see that pops
somewhere
up. Yeah. But yeah, I love the fact that when you come to a stop, Nathan, that front camera comes on
I was commenting
automatically.
on that. I really like that, and we'll
really
talk more
cool
about that in the interior review. But
exactly. So
overall, wow! I mean, I am impressed with our first drive in here.
Right, and I think you folks will be too. So coming up next, my review of the exterior, and stay tuned for Nathan's review of the interior. Keep watching. 20 years ago, Toyota unveiled the very first Highlander at the 2000 New York Auto Show. Now, in its 4th generation, the new Highlander has a bolder, athletic design and more tech than ever before. Considering that Toyota has sold nearly 500,000 Highlanders in the past 2 years, I have a feeling you're going to be seeing this version everywhere on the streets and in neighborhoods very, very soon. The Highlander is available in 9 trim levels. The L starts at $34,600, the LE $33,880, the Hybrid LE $38,200, then it goes to an XLE, a Hybrid XLE, a Hybrid Limited, Platinum, and then finally it tops out at the Hybrid Platinum at $48,250. This is a 2020 Toyota Highlander Platinum, and this vehicle is presented in Opulent Amber with a gray leather interior, and it has an MSRP of $50,572. Now, out front you see that it does have the daytime running lights, and it has LED projector beam headlights with adaptive front lighting system and auto leveling. And you also do have the LED strip with high output LED fog lights below. I like the front grille that's painted high gloss black, and you see the chrome plated surround, and there is the body colored front bumper with black rub strip fascia, and it does have the metal look bumper insert below. I like the overall look. It made it a lot more beefy looking, a lot more butch looking this year. It also does have rain sensing wipers. It has intermittent wipers, and it actually does have a windshield de-icer area where the wipers actually rest. Now, under the hood there is a 3.5 liter V6 dual overhead cam, 24 valve with dual variable valve timing with intelligence, and it has the auto start stop engine feature. This particular vehicle produces 295 horsepower and 263 foot-pound of torque. The Highlander is also classified as a ultra-low emission vehicle, and it's driven by a direct shift 8-speed electronically controlled automatic transmission with dynamic torque vectoring all-wheel drive with driveline disconnect, and it features a multi-terrain selection button or dial inside. Let's take a look along the side. Okay, the Highlander is now built with Toyota's latest TNGA flexible architecture that also underpins the Camry, Avalon, and RAV4. Now, up front it has an independent front suspension, front strut suspension with stabilizer bar, and trailing wishbone suspension and multi-link rear suspension with stabilizer bar out back. It does also have full-wheel disc brakes. They are anti-lock with 13.3 front and rear rotors. It also has electric power assist, speed sensing steering, and permanent locking hubs. There's also a 3.003 axle ratio. Now, the Platinum has 20-inch painted alloy wheels wrapped in P235 55R 20M tires. Okay, this does have the body colored keyed side rocker panels and lower molding, and you see the black wheel well trim also. There's a chrome belt line trim, and it does have the black window trim. It also does have body colored door handles, and it does have the smart key system. Now, there are also body-colored heated power outside mirrors that include puddle lights with the integrated Highlander logo, turn signals, blind spot warning indicators, and their manual folding with reverse tilt down memory feature. You do also have perimeter approach lights, and you have deep tinted windows. There's also the side roof rack rails, and up top you have a panoramic moonroof. Let's take a look around the back. Now the rear end is a little bit more sculptured than the previous model with slimmer, more angular tail lights. You also see you do have a body colored rear spoiler with LED center high mount stoplight, and it is a height adjustable power liftgate with jam protection. Now it does have the fixed rear window with fixed interval wiper and defroster. Gone is the previous model's ability to open the rear window separate from the entire hatch. And it does also have a rear view camera with washer, but it has another rear view camera as well, because that's for your electronic internal rear view camera. This does have LED tail and stop lights. It does have the body colored bumper with metal look rub strip, and it has a single stainless steel exhaust. Let's take a look inside at the cargo capacity. Okay. There we go. Hands-free, adjustable, jam protection, really cool. Cargo volume to seat 1, 84.3 cubic feet. Cargo volume to seat 2, as you see here, 48.4 cubic feet. And with the third row up, it's 16 cubic feet. And you can see we have our carry-on there. Just want to go over some of the safety features on this vehicle. You do have electronic stability control, ABS and driveline traction control, side impact beams, lane departure assist with steering assist, lane keeping assist, lane departure alert with steering assist, lane departure warning, blind spot monitor, Toyota safety sense. Now that part includes pedestrian detection, lane departure alert with steering assist, lane tracing assist, automatic high beams, full speed range, dynamic radar cruise control, my favorite, road sign assist and detection, and cycling detection, cyclist detection. It also has star safety system, safety connect, front and rear parking assist with automatic braking, front and rear parking sensors, just so much more. This thing is loaded with safety, and you feel it when you're in the car. You just feel safe and secure. Let's talk about the dimensions. Exterior dimensions: front track 65.3 inches, rear track 65.4 inches, maximum length without the mirror 76 inches, overall length 194.9, overall height is 68.1, it rides on a wheelbase of 112 inches, has a ground clearance of 8 inches, and it has a turning circle of 37.4 feet. Curb weight 4,450 pounds. It has a fuel tank capacity of 17.9 gallons, and when properly equipped can tow up to 5,000 pounds. Now, on our spade scale, safety being first. Well, the 2020 Toyota Highlander has not yet been tested, but the 2018 model earned a 5-star rating from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and was named a top safety pick by IIHS. Performance: 0 to 60 in 7.3 seconds and 15.5 seconds in the quarter-mile run. Braking: 60 to 0, 128 feet. Okay, appearance. Well, the blacked out A-pillars and punched out fender flares enhance a design theme that was first seen on the new RAV4, and I absolutely love the family resemblance. Dependability: basic warranty 36 months, 36,000 miles. Drivetrain warranty 60 months, 60,000 miles. It has a roadside assistance warranty for 24 months, unlimited miles. Now, the 2020 Highlander does earn a class-leading predicted reliability rating of 4 out of 5 from J.D. Power. Now, economy: 20 city, 27 highway, 23 combined miles per gallon. So in total, the 2020 Toyota Highlander offers a great predicted reliability rating, a sizable cargo hold, and an upscale interior with a gentle ride. It also includes Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard equipment across all trims, and its strong brakes and competent handling make the Highlander easy to drive. So now it's time to check in with Nathan as he shows us the interior and all the technology built into this 2020 Toyota Highlander Platinum. If you haven't already done so, take a moment please, hit that like button below and also hit that subscribe button. So what do you say, Nate? Over to you.
And starting on the inside of the 2020 Highlander Platinum Edition, I really like this soft touch all around the door here. And you got a little bit of a hard plastic down here. You've got a large storage area with a bottle holder down here. You have auto up and down on all 4 windows. And then you have your window lockout and your lock unlock buttons, and then your powered mirror controls here. And you do have a 2-person memory setting on the door here. I like the chrome trimmed door handles here, and then the accent piece along here as well. It just has a nice look to it. It has a faux wood grain style plastic trim around here. Okay. And then moving down here, the driver's seat is a 10-way power, including a 2-position power lumbar. Now the seats themselves are leather, and they're very nice. They've got a sort of a cross-stitched pattern coming down from the top here and then narrowing down into the small part of the back, which I think has a really nice look. They are very, very comfortable seats. Okay, coming down here, you've got a nice large footrest, and then you have your hood release right here. You have your fuel cap release right here. And then over here, you just have a little coin storage. Coming up a little bit further, you've got a couple of buttons. First of all, you have your tailgate release button right here. You have your heated steering wheel. You have a heated area on the front windshield to keep your windshield wipers from icing up. You have a camera view button and your auto high beams. Moving up just a little bit further here, you've got your odometer trip button right here. And then you have the bright and dimness controls for your dashboard lights. Okay. And you have a manually adjusting steering wheel. It does tilt and telescope. All right, let's step in. All right, so let's give it a start. It is, of course, a push start. You got a nice little logo that shows up in the screen here. It even says Highlander. Toyota shows up in the infotainment screen. All right, so in the driver's information center, you've got an analog RPM gauge along with the engine temperature gauge, your analog speedometer, and fuel gauge. And then in the middle on the Platinum trim, you have a 7-inch driver's information display, and that is about a 4.2-inch on the other trim levels. Coming back here to the steering wheel, on the left you have cursor controls for your driver's information center, as well as volume buttons, your voice command button, your telephone button. And then over on the right side of the steering wheel, you've got a mode button for your infotainment screen to flip between the different modes. And then you have your adaptive cruise control on or off, cancel button, resume and set. You've got your gap setting, and then your lane assist button right here, as well as then a tuning button or backwards or forwards button for your media center. Moving on over to the infotainment screen, this is a 12.3-inch screen on the premium trim level. On the other trim levels, you're looking at an 8-inch screen. Now that's still up almost 2 inches larger than the 2019 screens that they had. But it's a very, very nice screen. One thing I'll show you right now is if I put it into reverse, you've got a camera, really nice view up here. Sorry, the camera's a little, well, I should have cleaned that off. It was a little fogged up there, but you got a nice big view here. You've got dynamic swivel light guidelines along with the guidelines that stay the same, and you've got the 360 bird's eye view. Okay, now we're getting a little funny view here because we have the windshield cover to give us a little better picture on here. So that's why that's there. And then you have a couple of different views, and you can turn your guidelines on or off. Okay, so that's the rear view camera. What's nice is if I put it into drive, I also get a front camera that comes on automatically at low speeds, about 5 miles an hour.
Okay. Okay, so the rest of the screen is divided up kind of at this point into 3 areas. And if you want to see a more detailed video about everything that's in here and how it works, then click on our how-to video, and that'll be in a link above. But it is 11 speakers. It does have an amplifier, and it has a subwoofer as well. It'll do Amazon Alexa. It'll do Apple CarPlay. It'll do Android Auto, Bluetooth. It has a Wi-Fi hotspot, and many, many, many more things. Okay, but it's really, really nice, and I love that large screen. Okay, down here you've got a few physical buttons. You've got a power volume, you've got a tune scroll, and then you have some shortcuts for your infotainment screen up here. Down here you've got your climate control buttons. So you do have 3-stage heated and 3-stage ventilated front seats on both sides. Temperature controls. This is a tri-zone auto climate control. Hey, you have auto feature here, and you have your fan speed, and then your mirror defrosters and rear window defroster, and then your front defroster there. Hey, moving on down, you have a nice large centered hazard button. Down here you've got a really nice storage for, it could be for a phone. It's not the wireless charging area, that's somewhere else, but you can do it here. And then this little black piece will pop up, and you can put your cords from here right through. Now this is the USB port that you would hook into for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. And then in addition to that, you've got 2 more just USB charging ports. Right next to that, if that wasn't enough, you've got a 12-volt outlet right here. Okay? And you also have a nice storage area, and then they've given you a little deeper one down here so you can lay a large size smartphone right in there if you want that. Moving back, you've got the nice little sort of chrome trim piece here. You got your dual cup holders with the pass-through. So again, you can lay something down in there that's a little bit bigger. The shifter is just standard, but you do have some manually shifting. There are no paddle shifters on this wheel. Manually shift, you just push it over, and then you can go back and forth to shift. Down here, another new thing is your drive mode selector. You have Sport, Normal, and Eco. All right, so then down here you have another button that allows you to go between Normal, which is just a push, and then up on the dashboard you'll see this change. You have Mud and Sand and Rock and Dirt. If I just twist it, it switches to Mud and Sand, and then if I do Rock and Dirt, it switches again. And I'm just going to push Normal. Coming back here, you have your electronic parking brake. You have your auto hold system right here, on or off, and that's again will allow you to push the brake pedal and then take it off, and the car will remain stopped until you press the accelerator. Here you have your auto start stop defeat button right here, on or off. You have your hill descent control. You have your snow mode button right here, and then you have traction control on or off. Moving back, one of my favorite features right here is just this rolling desktop look right here. If I just click this, it just pushes right back and folds in. I love that. And this is where your wireless charger is. And it actually has a charging light on there. And in case you need to turn the power off, you have a power button to do that. Now, if you stick your hand in here and you just lift up, this will rotate straight up. And you have another tray down here. It's like a coin tray. Okay, that will also come out. Okay, and you have, and it will slide back and forth as well. And then you have a very, very deep storage that goes down there. Oh, okay, that's how deep it is. So lots of storage in there. And then you have another 12-volt outlet down inside of there. We'll move on over to the right side. Again, you've got this little in-dash storage area here, which is deep enough to actually hold something, and it's indented. So things have a tendency not to splash out of it. I really like that. I like that soft trim feel. This is all the way up here. About the only piece that's semi-hard is the dashboard itself. And then this, of course, accent here. Down here, we've got the glove compartment, ample sized. Okay. And then coming back up to you do have a digital rear view mirror, right, with all the control buttons here. You have your 3 home link buttons here. And again, because this can be set up with Amazon Alexa or Google Home, you can program your home devices into this, like turn your lights on in your house or whatever. So you can program these buttons to different functions. Okay, moving on up here, you do have a conversation mirror. Let me get this set right here. Let me come down. There we go. Got a nice conversation mirror. It's got a little plastic on it right now. That's what you're seeing here. And then you do have, of course, put it up and let it come all the way down. I've got sunglass storage. Up here, you do have reading lights. And then, of course, you're setting for the dome lights if they come on, whether the doors are open or closed or whatever. Here is your Safety Connect call button here. So if there's an emergency or you need roadside assistance, this is where you're going to push it. I like it that they hide it under another button so you don't accidentally push it. You do have a tiny little LED light here that's just meant to kind of shine down in the in the center console area, just to give you a little more light at night. Okay, this does come with a panoramic sunroof. So this is your shade open and close, and this is your moonroof open or close. All right, both visors are telescoping, and they are lit by a light that's above them. Pull this out here and see that they telescope. Let's step into the second row. Okay, you got the same nice full wood trim right down here, along with the chrome handle, power window switch, and then 2 bottle storage areas right here, and a little extra storage behind that. So the design on the back seats mimics the front seat, but it's not exactly the same. You don't have the stitching. You still have the crosshatch look, okay? But they're in broad black strips. The rest of the seat is perforated. All right, so before I step in, you've got a couple of buttons on the seat. First of all, you have one that's right in the back right here that you can use. If you pull that, you can pull this whole seat up to slide into the third row. Okay, you can also pull a button down here that just allows you to tilt the seat backwards and recline it. And then you have 2 more buttons on the side. The first one here, the one that's closest to the outside of the seat here, allows you to slide the seat back and forth for comfort. And then the second one, what it will do, it doesn't actually move at the beginning, but if you pull either this lever down here that does a recline, or this lever up here, and then you pull the one that's down here, you get it to fold all the way down. Okay, so to start off with, it's roomy. I have this adjusted where I was when I was driving, and I literally must have close to 6 inches of space. Okay, I've got dual seat back pockets right here. I have got my own climate control system right here, so I can adjust my fan speed. I can turn it on or off. I've got an auto function, temperature function, mode function, and then both captain's chairs here have 3-stage heating on them. Down below, I do have 2 charging USB outlets, and then I have a 100-watt, 120-volt AC power plug right here. In terms of headroom, despite the long panoramic sunroof, I have, a little over an inch worth of headspace. Not in any danger of knocking it. You've got reading lights up here. You've got your vents coming up here in the ceiling, as well as from underneath the seat. But it's very comfortable. The last thing I'll mention here, well, 2 more things, sorry. You got your an armrest right here. These seats are very comfortable to sit in. I really like them. I rode in here during the ride, and it was very comfortable. You do also have a fixed center console down here between the captain's chairs with dual cup holders, a pass-through, and then a storage area that's really got a good rubber grip on it. But it is fixed. It doesn't come out. So you probably won't be stepping through here to get out. Okay, let's step into the third row and see how that works. So there is a button at the top of the seat. It's the same button that lowers it that you can use to recline the seat. A little bit hard to get at. To pull on it. I wish there was a lever somewhere else that you could pull, but let's pull the seat back and see what we get. So if I leave it like that, I've got a couple of inches but the seat is much further forward than it was when I was sitting in it. All the way back, my knees would be hitting it. And I don't think I can, I can pull it all the way back like that. Your knees definitely stick up so the seat is not raised. So it'd be a great space for a kid or an adult on a short run somewhere, but wouldn't want to be back here real long. But at least you have the usability of having a third row when you need it. Other than that, the amenities you have back here are 2 cup holders on either side, and then you do have a rear light back here that you can turn on. And then you have air vents in the roof up here. And that's the end of the interior review. If you'd like to check out a more detailed review of the driver's information center and the infotainment screen, click on the link above. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so my favorite thing on this vehicle is the tray on the dashboard, the center tray here, and then of course you also have one over here on the passenger side. I want to show you how big that is. This is a pretty decent sized little notebook. That fits right up there securely. It won't come out. Nathan, you want to throw your phone up in there?
Yep.
And it completely disappears. So that's a pretty big tray, and that is my favorite thing.
All right, so my favorite thing is the camera that comes on when you're driving at low speeds in forward. Okay, I love this. You got a little marker out here, little guidelines here. They don't swivel or anything, but I absolutely love this view. And I know we've got a little shadow here again, but the camera actually goes right down to here, so you can see almost right up to your bumper. The camera is installed in the front grille. And then you get your 360 again. So that is my absolute favorite thing, the front camera at low speeds.
Tell us what we're taking a look at here.
Today we are looking at the newly redesigned Toyota something or other